So this is why I tell you my pre-market plans work. You just have to add your own spice to it, your own sense of flavor to it. I do give intraday thoughts on what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, if I think the market is bearish or bullish. And I even do take losses like you saw today. It's not always, break even and then profits. Some losses I do take, especially in a hard market to trade like it was this morning. After around 11 a.m., that's when the market got a little bit easier. I was already off the screens by then. I was trading mobile around 12:30. This is why plans are key. It helps you mitigate risk and hold those profits instead of just taking 20 points, and you get excited and you see one reversal candle or a different color candle and then you exit out. It makes you have that sense of safety and closure, knowing that they're going to go from zone to zone. It's not going to be some random, pullback that's going to take you out. If that random pullback takes you out, you can always re-enter, get back in, or it would just deem your thesis incorrect and you stop out for break even. It's really not that bad. So if you like what I see, you like what I say, join the Discord or just get my course or do both. Like I said, the Discord, you'll be trading side by side with me. I'll give you all my zones. And the master course, you'll learn everything that I know and also understand how I make my pre-market plans so you can then do it for yourself. What's up, guys? Another pre-market review over here coming in. It is Monday, February 12th. The market just closed about 20 minutes ago. So let's just jump right in and see what the pre-market plan looked like today, how I did, and how everything panned out. So the bearish side did not work, so we're just going to look at the top side. I said to the top side of the pre-market plan, we can look for sellers to step in at 1860 to 1871 area to start a short. Take profit can be 18,000, 17,880, which I meant 17,980, and then even 17,910. To get long without a pullback where we stand in the market, I would look for acceptance of 1850 and then long to 18,100. And look for sellers around there to come back down. I do not believe we get a straight shoot up with at least some selling first. I said ES was a lot easier. Again, the shorts didn't work today. It was just a bull market in the morning. I said to the top side, I look for acceptance of 1546 to 1548. All-time highs. With VX bleeding or low, not moving at all, once we make some upwards, VX needs to start moving down. If it does not, I'll look to short at highs for a bigger move. And then afterwards, I said 1528, 1530 is a big key area. Keep that in mind if we come down, which we have not yet. Now, the market opened up at 931, and we immediately had a opposite VX and NQ. You can see we opened up red here, and then on the left side of the screen, which is ES, you can see it was green. So we came into a nice wedge on both of them after seeing some weird reversal on NQ and ES. Like I said, red here, green here. 1 or 2 candles is not normal, but it's okay. But a move for multiple minutes or multiple points is pretty odd. But nonetheless, we came into a kind of crappy wedge here on ES and a perfect wedge here on NQ. Now, unfortunately, I took this trade too soon. I got stopped out for a break even. I had the right theory, the right idea. I was just about 10 minutes too soon. I said 1850 clear resistance on NQ. Let's see a break and hold for a move long. Still wedging here. It was honestly horrible price action to have that long of a wedge in the morning. As you can see, this is my entry. This was posted for the trading floor. I just wanted to show when I was in it. I had 5 cons, averaged in, very quick and very aggressive on this spike up, seeing volume come in. I started here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we ended up with a nice average price right there. I even said if I get stopped out here, I have no problem get back in if I think long still looks good. I said it's honestly crazy how people get in on these upper and lower sides thinking we're going to break and wedge. It still might scale another 2 cons if I see good potential. Now, I wanted to get in early like anything if I did down here because I didn't want to chase these breaks and have to fight these upper wicks in here. So fight sellers trying to defend this one, and then fight some sellers trying to defend this one, and then fight sellers trying to defend here. There's just too much chances of the wedge reversing on me and being a fake out instead of a breakout that I don't like chasing like that, especially when the day looks like this and starts off with a wedge. In a wedge like this, there's no bearish or bullish sentiment at all in the day yet. We're basically break even. We started almost exactly where we opened. So you can't really tell who is the winner in the market besides knowing that the past couple of weeks that the bulls have been absolutely destroying the bears. So we end up getting the nice wedge break. I did not take the trade. I ended up waiting. We ended up passing 18,050 and also and also 50.48 on ES. That was my plan to get long. If we saw buyers rip out the all-time highs, which you could have easily got long anytime in here, or the break of this wedge, and you could have got about 20 points to the upside on ES. So that was a great pre-market plan for ES. I mainly trade NQ because I feel like there's more money involved. It's a lot easier to make a lot more profit. Now we get back to NQ. We passed this all-time high in here at 1871. Now you could have commenced short or tried to get short at any of these levels over here. You would have unfortunately got burnt the first time around. And I actually tried getting short at 18,100. I knew the market had to come down. I saw a lack of movement not only in here, but also volume died down at these highs, as you can see in here. And then yes, we spiked back up in this level over here to break the 18,100 level. So I ended up trying to take a short and I got absolutely demolished, honestly. This was my average position. My first short was at 18,9875, I believe. My second one was 101, and then my third one was 103 with a stop loss at 108. And it just completely just passed me in 1 minute. I got stopped out, 3 cons. I lost about $400 on that one. Not too bad because the loser's $400, and then we're going to get to the winner now. This is also where I said I'm looking to short 18,100. I'm getting short 3 cons. I said my stop loss. I said whatever triggers, triggers. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. Don't follow me blindly. Don't follow me blindly, please. I'm just informing you what I'm trying out. And that was my red day in the beginning. $400 loss. Not too bad. I'll eat that. I said step in front of the train and get wrecked. This is very small compared to my winning days, obviously, so no big deal. I even said sometimes playing it safe sucks and it doesn't work out. A right-away order at 1850 would have been good, and we're trading 70 points above. No retest or pullback. I was looking for a move like this after this break. I was looking for something like this, a retest to 40.50, finding buyers in the tape and keeping us above, and looking to get long. That's what I was originally looking for. Usually it happens like that, just like how this happened over here at 40.71. We get long, we come back down, we test, we find buyers above it, and then we shoot up. I thought that was going to happen at 40.50, but I was a little off, unfortunately, but you can never always be right, so that's fine. Now I was on mobile. I said sticking to plan, 3 cons, short at 1182. Now I said I was sticking to plan, short at 18112, 3 cons. I said 2/3 will be taken out at 1871. 1 con will be left to run at 18051. Once 18071 hits, stop will be moved to 1881. Now it be going up and down. I said I'm still sticking to plan, and exactly that happened. We went from red to green to red again to green, red, and then we found the nice dump that I was looking for. 2 cons out here. My stop was then moved to right here, and I got stopped out my last contract right here. That was a $2,200 win minus my $400 loss. I was up just under $1,800 for the day after commissions. Now, just like over here, you can long all these key areas and short them depending on what the market sentiment has. So you could have longed at the highs here. You could have longed it again here and got, 40 points. You could have tried to long it here. As soon as you see more sellers in the tape, immediately get short here or even earlier here. Or you could have understood that we're getting bearish sentiment, sellers coming into the tape, and the third touch is not going to hold. Usually after the second touch, a third touch never really holds, especially with sellers coming in this heavy. Look at all that selling. Look at all these bars, huge volume. So you could have longed it, tried to long it and get short, or just short it again. Heck, you could even got short here, get stopped out, and then try again. You lose 5, maybe 10 points on NQ, but what you gain afterwards is way more. So that's why I have no problem with being wrong or trying a trade, 3-4 times. You could have done a 5-point stop loss and you could have tried to get short here, and then finally made it here. So yeah, you could have, lost 10, maybe even 15 points in here between the two. And then if you had a good pre-market plan and you stick to plan, you don't get out when you see the first green candle right here, you're going to trade, 100 points lower, which is what we got. We got 150 points lower from that point. So all you have to do is hold it, diamond hands it, I guess, and you have to stick to plan. Even if you didn't, get out here, you got out at the 1800 level, you're still getting 70-point wins. Or if you would have stuck to, and any kind of pre-market plan, like I said, short at 18071, even after coming up high, and you said, okay, I want to hold this the whole way down. ATR is not looking much. We should have more range in the day. Sellers are coming into the tape or anything like that. We're not going to get much of a bounce. Look where my last take profit was. My last take profits, I said, was going to be at 17,910, and we traded 1 point away. Obviously, to make 1 point, you're not going to risk 100. Maybe you put your stop loss, right here, or you're content with the 5 points away, and you put your stop loss right there. You're now trading at 160 points lower. So you should have no problem taking small losers, trying out your theories and testing them out, as long as you have some kind of confluence that gives you the confidence to get short and that makes sense to get short or get long in that moment. There are some days that I am wrong 3-4 times on my trades, and I try them and I get stopped out for break even or even lose a couple points. But when I lose 2-3 points and my average take profit is 70 points, 100 points, I have no problem taking that loss and taking that chance to make those bigger profits. So the opportunities to get short and long here, going to pre-market plan, were plenty. You could have went off the wedge over here that I marked in the pre-market plan, that I marked in the intraday thoughts, or you could have longed here. You could have longed here. You could have even tried to short anywhere in this area or longed it. Keep that in mind. You could have followed my play and shorted this area. You could have longed or shorted in here. Again, the same thing in here. Getting into this key zone, you could have took profits on your short, or you could have longed in here. You would have got stopped out or taken a couple points. Stopped out for break even after going, 30, 40 points. There's no way that you should be taking a loss after getting 30, 40 points higher. It should always be break even, if anything. Dumping again on the third one. 1, 2, 3, we fail. 1, 2, 3, we should fail. You could short in here. Again, seeing some selling off of this key area and breaking it. You can get short anywhere in this area right here. And then obviously take profit would be here. So the way I make my pre-market plans is I give you the setups and the zones of the area. I do tell you my personal opinions through the day, what we're doing in those zones. But I want you, in theory, to press the button, the buy or sell button, not me, and you follow me blindly. I want you to put your own personal bearish or bullish sentiment in the market, your own personal ideas, what you personally see, and then my areas will guide you to make those plans off of that. So you will be profitable without me. You will be able to trade without me. If we went and just gave signals to everybody, I gave a signal on every trade that I took. First of all, on my losers like this one, I would feel so bad, even though, I lost $400 on 3 contracts. And then my winners obviously make up for it. This is probably my smallest winning trade in a couple of days, only 40 points. It's really been, 70 to 100 points. But I would feel so bad, people losing money because of doing exactly what I'm saying. And you won't learn how to trade. I disappear, you're just going to find another person who does signals. If no one were to ever help you and you just following off my plans and you learn how to make the same plans as me, which I teach in my master course, you can have these zones and then go off your theories on the market where to buy and sell. And you can either scalp them, from here to here, here to here, here to here, or you can make long plays and look for 150, 170 point plays from here to here, or even here to here. ES, again, the same exact thing. This market was all-time highs. We trade at it. We come all the way up. We find sellers, 3 points in a row, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3. You notice how I'm on the third touch every time? Resistance, 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 support, support, can't break it. Down. We get to the all-time highs. Bulls try to cover it. Bulls try to get involved. The volume increases at this level again. 1, 2, can't hold a third. We dump all the way down. And now we're trading just above demand again.